Okay, Raleigh, coming up to one of our favourite times of the season, and that is outdoor concert season. And one particular concert we're looking forward to going to in a few weeks is titled The Girls' Night Out at Cocoa Booth Amphitheatre, which we also love and have been to a few times. And here to tell us all about that and maybe a few other interesting things in the entertainment industry around Raleigh is Zack Johnson, the president of Empire Agency. Welcome, Jack. Thanks for coming along.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
NC native, Raleigh native, I believe, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So maybe kick things off with just sharing us a little bit about your Raleigh story.
Yeah.
Like, school-wise, growing up in Raleigh.
Sure. Grew up in North Raleigh, Leesville High School, and then Chapel Hill. Graduated in 2000. And then stayed for a few years after. I was in a band and we were having some success here. So kind of rode that out and then went west until 2020. Came back with a family in tow.
Were you with the band the entire time? Were you traveling with them?
No, yeah. So the band ended, I think, officially in 2006, our last show here at Lincoln Theater.
Oh, wow. What was the name of the band?
Squeeze Toy.
Squeeze Toy. What kind of music?
Were you shaking
I
your
feel like
head?
I missed Raleigh great.
No, we were pretty good. It was, what kind of music? It was rap and rock. It was Lincoln Park before Lincoln Park was doing
yeah?
Linkin Park.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There you go. Familiar with that stuff.
We were trying to figure it out in the garages here.
As all rock bands should be doing.
How long
Exactly.
were you together for when like playing around?
I think we started when we were 14. So we went for a good 10 years. Mm-hmm. We did some pretty big tours and, on the local level had some success.
Okay.
It was fun.
Awesome. So a few festivals and stuff, or like backing up some other bands?
Yeah, we did some dates. Let's see, with Kid Rock, Aerosmith.
Oh, cool.
Those are the two. Three Doors Down when they were huge. And then, some festivals with some of our, favorite bands back then. Incubus and Deftones and a lot of heavier stuff. But it was a good run.
What did you?
Oh, wow.
What did you play in the band?
Play drums.
Drums.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
How's your hearing these days? Is that a
It's not
common
good.
common issue? No doubt.
Terrible. My kids remind me every day. I just responded. I'm like, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. And back then, I don't know. I feel like these the current generations are taking care of themselves. They have more access to new technology. Back then, it was if you wanted to wear earplugs, you kind of got made fun of. So
yeah, right.
I didn't wear earplugs.
Oh, wow.
I crank it up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of exposure to banging the drums over a lot of time, man.
I don't know how my parents got through it. And now I'm reliving it with my kids because I have drum sets set up in the house. It's just an obnoxious instrument. Mm-hmm. But,
Yeah, it's not something you can practice quietly, I guess.
You can, which I've tried that with the whole pad setup, but really, you want to get real chops, you got to be on the real skins,
Yeah. And do you still play?
I do.
Teach the kids or just
I
for
try.
fun? Yep.
If they listen.
Parenting.
Yeah. No, I still play. Even if it's 2 minutes every day, I run upstairs and, get a couple minutes in, play along to something. It feels good.
Yeah, I can imagine because I feel like drums is just a whole body experience. So I can imagine your body wants to beat it out.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well put, exactly.
I guess the venue scene's changed a lot in Raleigh since you guys were together. Like, where did you said the Lincoln Theater?
Well, yeah, Lincoln's still here. Yeah. Since then, Red Hat has opened, Cocoa Booth. Growing up, it was Lincoln and then Walnut Creek, which I guess there's a different name for it now. And then PNC Arena. Mm-hmm. So, but like King's hasn't reopened.
No. Slims?
I don't know if they're doing music yet.
Poorhouse?
Poorhouse is open. Poorhouse has been here
Yeah.
since, I think they're getting ready to have their 15-year anniversary.
Yeah, wow.
But I've done shows there.
Yeah, crazily, we haven't still been to a show at Lincoln Theatre, embarrassingly.
Or the Poorhouse, or Sleeps.
Really?
No. Must do that. We've done all the big venues like, Walnut, what do they call it now? Coastal Credit Union Music Park. Actually, we're supposed to be seeing the Foo Fighters there this month. Sadly, everyone knows what happened there. Terrible. And Red Hat, and we've done PNC. We've done all the big places, but yeah.
Red Hat's great.
Smaller. Yeah, Red Hat's cool.
What would be your favourite venue now as opposed to back then? I guess it's slim pickings back then, but
Coca-Booth's still my favorite.
I love Coca-Booth.
The first show we went to out there, it was Jack Johnson.
My
wife
gosh,
and I.
we were at the same concert.
Really?
Yes, that's a memory.
I don't know what. Yeah, we were there.
Remember how packed it was?
Yeah.
And I remember going, gosh, we're in Cary right
I
now?
know.
Yeah. I know. Natural amphitheater, like by the lake with the pine trees.
It was so pretty.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Just kicking back on the grass. And
It reminds me of the theatre in LA, the Greek.
The Greek.
Oh, it reminds me of that.
I love the Greek.
Yeah.
we saw Ben Harper there by memory.
At the
Oh,
Greek
nice.
Theatre,
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, Coca-Booth's my favorite. I mean, it's, it's spacious, the trees. I think that's one thing, moving back. The amount of trees when you fly in here is incredible.
Isn't it?
It's like flying into a forest.
Yeah.
RDU, you're like...
You see downtown skyline and and then you just see these neighborhoods and Falls Lake and
Yeah, we love it too. But
we love it.
Every time you fly in though, you're seeing more and more real estate.
I know, and then I start getting antsy. It's like, I want
Stop.
to talk to the developers now.
Stop it's not
it.
stopping.
Yeah. Okay, so Leesville Road High School. What did you do at UNC?
I studied international business.
Okay. And
But the band had started taking off, so I did not have a traditional college experience. So we were on the road on the weekends.
Oh, really? How do you balance that with college? Did you get special exemptions to not be in class?
No. We didn't tour long tours unless it was the summer. But the weekends, we're shooting down to Charleston or Charlotte, Virginia Beach. But what a great time. But yeah, so we were, we would roll in, Monday mornings at 4 a.m. Then it's go take a shower, go to class.
Oh my gosh, what an experience.
Yeah.
But I didn't have your traditional college experience. I don't feel like.
Maybe you're meeting the other dudes from getting off Franklin Street in the AMs
Right,
and
exactly.
stuff like that after tailgating and going to a game and stuff.
Do you miss it or want to get back into it?
Touring?
Yeah.
Yes and no, certain parts of it. I mean, I still, that's what, Empire, we're booking tours daily. So I get kind of my fix when something comes together nationally or worldwide. It's a good feeling. I don't have to get on the flight or get in the bus.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I do miss playing live,
Yeah, that'd be a huge buzz. Like, obviously,
Major.
adrenaline, and it'd be like awesome.
Yeah, especially heavy rock music for me. I'm more of a straight ahead Dave Grohl style. Just beat the
Crap out of it.
yeah.
We can say crap.
Yeah.
We can. It's allowed.
So that part I miss, heavy guitars.
Yeah.
There's not I feel like there's a resurgence now of some more alt rock and punk rock.
Oh yeah, what's your band now apart from the Foo Fighters?
This kid Kenny Hoopla from Wisconsin, I can't stop listening to his record.
Okay. So I'm always looking for good rock because you don't want it to die out. It's too good.
Turnstiles. I like them. They're getting buzzy. I don't like them as much as Kenny, but I'm not sure where they're from.
Yeah.
They're kind of starting to pop off.
Watch the Grammys or whatever, and like, where's all the
There's
rock?
no rock in
Where's
it.
the rock dudes?
I
Like,
know.
They've taken the
there's
rock
no
out
love.
of the Grammys.
They're either,
It's
upsetting.
just been, everything has been categorized and then subcategorized and then subcategorized. So where it used to just be you liked rock or country or like these major categories. Now it's like there's so many subgenres that
that's true.
It's harder to have a scene, right? Like I only like indie rock and this kind of indie rock. Okay. And literally they don't.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of been diluted.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So tell us about, what did you do in LA? So was that straight after UNC college?
No, we started in San Diego. No, so it was about 5 years after college. And we started in San Diego. So my wife and I now, we weren't married yet, but I was the agency that was repping my act out of high school. I approached our agent and I said, hey, I want to come off the road and start booking tours. He said, okay. This is before we moved. He lives still does in near Spartanburg in Union, South Carolina. So I'm like, so what do I do? And he said, well, you should probably drive down here, which is not a quick trip. I feel like it was 4 hours. And I'm like, okay. Got my laptop and got in the car, and I did that for several months, like 3 days a week.
Oh, wow.
So he would let me stay over too. And he had young kids at the time. And that's kind of where it started. So I got my feet under me. He gave me a couple clients, and then we moved west. So that company was Union Artists Group, which still exists because I still have some clients separate from Empire that I still run through there. And that's kind of where it began. So one of the clients that we had toured with the band from here was Afro Man, who was a Grammy-nominated artist who had a big song called "'Cause I Got High." And we were opening for him on tour. So this was post-college and pre me moving west. We were on tour with him, and his drummer ended up getting locked up for selling weed. So the manager asked if I could fill in on drums with Afro Man, which I did. And then from there, actually, I became his drummer for a couple of years. So fast forward to the booking side, it was the same agency that had Afro Man. Then I said, hey, I want to book Afro Man. I've been on the road with him for a couple of years and know the show, and I'll book it. So that's kind of where I started that, and then made a couple calls to friends here to see if I could book their bands, and some said yes, some said no. And then that was kind of the beginning. So, in San Diego, and the music scene there is great. So at shows a lot and meeting and just kind of getting out there, doing what you have to do to network. And then fast forward to probably 2012, I met, who are my current partners, I met a couple managers in LA that were similar interests musically and similar lifestyle things we had in common, golfing and surfing, and we launched Empire in 2013, so brought everything over that I had been doing, and then we hired some agents, and then we stayed. So then that business grew. Our offices are in Agora Hills, so Agora, Calabasas area in the valley, and then in Malibu. Built that office up, and man, we were rocking and rolling until March 2020.
So how did you survive?
Just barely.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember we all got into a conference room, and the staff there, we 30 people or so, and business partners said, "Hey, you guys don't have to come to the office tomorrow." And a lot of giggles and whatever, like, okay, cool. The younger 20-somethings that are working for us, cool, we can work from home. I'm like, yeah. I live right down the road, so I kept coming to the office and nobody was there. I look back to that day, which seems like a decade ago at this point. It was the roughest 2 years, obviously, ever for entertainment and concerts. And we're just thawing out now. And really, the upper class, the Foo Fighters and that, caliber of artists that's playing Walnut Creek, they're killing it.
Yeah, right.
The middle class artists, where folks, there's several reasons, but folks only have a certain amount of money to spend. They're going to save up to go to Foo Fighters as opposed to seeing so-and-so at Lincoln Theater. So a lot of the middle class artists are still trying to figure it out. And then on top of that, gas prices and airline prices, these middle class artists are, and that's mostly what we represent. So I'm on the phone, like budgets are just getting blown out of the water in the last 3 months because tour buses are more expensive. Gas is more expensive, hotels.
They're just a flow-on effect, yeah.
So, and that was the case even in 2020, because if you remember, there were some outdoor shows happening around the country, but it was the biggest artists that could come into a stadium and socially distance the crowd and still make money. But, I remember the guys at Lincoln were trying to pull off shows with 40 tickets sold.
Yeah, you can't do
So
that.
the artist would have to play
How do you cover your costs?
Two shows in a night. You just kind of, the artists that were willing to do it, some shows panned out, most didn't. So, tough couple years, but the future is bright. I think the next 3 years or so, it's going to be the biggest ever for live touring, period. Not just in our lifetime. The Roaring 20s coming back.
Yeah, right. People are desperate to get out and have fun again.
Yeah, everyone's eager to get on the road. Musicians, I know we're excited to go to live shows again.
Yeah.
Totally. That was one of the things that we missed it big time, live music.
That was the thing we missed the most.
Yeah, getting out there. Yeah. And I guess when you're having that meeting in the office that day, you didn't know what it was going to become 2 years later. And every state, I guess, went through different phases and lockdowns, so would have made it difficult as well.
It still is.
Yeah.
I had an artist that couldn't do the Canadian shows last week.
Oh, right, yeah.
They're and the thing is that everything's still somewhat fluid. So, vaccination policies and quarantine still up there required. And
it's tricky. We took
Wow. Who sets that? The venue sets the vaccination and social distancing requirements, or the artist?
That's also fluid too. If you're a massive artist, this is how we're gonna run the show.
Yeah, right.
Because we've sold X amount of tickets, there's this much revenue. The middle class are being told
how it's going to get run.
Get run. It's tough.
Yeah, we took our daughter to Billie Eilish in Charlotte in
February.
Yeah, and she had to cancel her Canadian concerts. That part, I don't even know if she's done them. She had to change her schedule because she couldn't go in.
And we didn't, we found this out the day before they were flying up there.
Oh, wow.
And then it's just, so they're still stretching our legs. But, ticket sales right now generally are back to where they were pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
And then certain markets are up. But again, the middle class artists, it's going to be a long haul for them. But if they're willing to stick it out, they're going to be able to make more money than they've ever made.
Do you think it's a good opportunity for those who are just starting out?
I don't.
No.
I don't. I don't, generally speaking, just because if I'm a promoter, I want to book something that I know I'm going to recoup my money and then make money at the bar. And taking risks is, no one wants to take risks, and I can't blame them right now. Something brand new. But, like this Kenny Hoopla kid, it's an artist, Billy Strings, who's been doing it for many, many years, but not for some reason, but he took to the outdoor show model starting in 2020 summer, and because he was one of only a few artists that were really doing it on a decent level, his career has just exploded. So he's not a new artist per se, but that's one in the last 2 years, and I think he won a Grammy this year. He just did 3 nights at the Ryman this weekend.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's
wow.
and he's doing 3 nights at Coca Booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good deal.
And pre-pandemic, if he was coming to Raleigh, he was probably doing Lincoln Theater.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, I'm going to have
So-
to check him out.
Yeah, he's
When,
great.
When's he at Kokobu?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Is he one of your?
No, I wish.
Yeah, so through your agency, Empire Agency, you represent musicians and athletes too, correct?
So
Or-
Empire, correct. We've got about 100 artists, and then at the top of 2020, before COVID, a buddy of mine from here, who went to school at Chapel Hill, he has a company that he's involved with professional athletes. So he manages, I think about 20 professional athletes. So we came together because he was managing Arian Foster, who was the running back for the Texans, who had just retired, and a Pro Bowler, great running back, was putting out a record. And this I hadn't heard from Rob in 15 years, and he's like, "Hey, you still in the music business?"
Yeah.
This was when we were still in LA. I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, Arian Foster is." I'm like, "Yeah, I watch him on Sundays. Great." He's like, "Well, he's putting a record out. Maybe you could help." And I'm like, "Okay, send it over." It's incredible. He produced all of it, plays all the instruments.
You had no expectations. You're
Zero.
Like, what am I going to
Well,
hear?
not
What am I
zero,
gonna hear?
but it's hard to cross over, and a lot
Yeah,
of times
totally.
I think there's stigma attached, and I'm he's incredible. His artist name is Bobby Fino. You can look him up. I mean, he's an incredible musician.
Yeah.
Incredible rapper.
Yeah, I can't think who has made that transition successfully. Like, that's an interesting transition, isn't it? It's not like from sport to sport, like a
Right.
different code.
Right.
That's like
It's
totally different part of the entertainment industry.
Yeah. So that arm of our business is called Cardinal Talent, and under that umbrella are our events. Girls' Night Out at Coca Booth next week, May 21st, and then also it's a little bit of everything. We've got some celebrity chefs we're representing now, and then the athletes as well. So kind of, we're both in entertainment. I came home. I'm like, man, I remember we were on the phone. I'm like, well, maybe we should get some office space together. I'm moving back. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. So we're in the BB&T building here, which has been great.
Yeah. So what brought you back to Raleigh, the Raleigh area?
Family.
Okay.
Yeah. So the kids were at that ripe age of, if we're going to make a move, we should do it now.
Mm-hmm.
So we had made plans at the end of 2019. It's all pretty serendipitous because, when COVID hit in March, we looked at each other. It's like, well, we don't know where this is going, but it seems safer in Raleigh than it does in LA.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Well, a lot
lot
less
more
people.
people in LA.
Yeah.
And
More nature and green space. That's what kept us we only had
100%,
like a
yeah.
2-week really lockdown, but yeah, our neighborhood walks and around the lakes and the paths and the greenways and
it.
stuff kept me sane.
Kept you sane,
Like,
yeah.
I couldn't imagine being locked up in New York City in like a concrete jungle or something like
LA,
that.
God.
It'd be horrible.
I hate LA on a good day.
Like we heard of
I know.
our friends in London the same too, like just miserable.
terrible.
Yeah.
And then once they went virtual with school, we were like, let's get out of here. And so,
Yeah, you can be
And our-
portable, like really anywhere.
our house wasn't going to be done till, so this was around April 2020. The house wasn't going to be done till November. But I'm like, let's go anyways, which I'm glad we did. So yeah, family, our families both still reside here for the most part. Our parents do. And, wanted to have memories, create some more memories, buy some memories, all be together. The kid, our kids are 6, 7, and 9. So, and wanted to do the move before they hit their teenage years. You know?
Smart choice.
And it wasn't easy on them, and then virtual school, and then masks, and you know, it was hard to create real friendships.
Yeah. We found that with ours too, because we stopped traveling
Really
full time just before it was really hard.
Yeah. But now they've got you know, our neighborhood's great, and great friends in the neighborhood, great friends through school and sports, and you know, when my wife first had mentioned coming back, I thought of it in terms of just the two of us.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh, okay, so I'm trying to remember what it was like in Raleigh 20 years ago. And I'm like, no, I'm not into that. No thanks.
Yeah.
And then I had to realize my childhood growing up here, which seems so plain but amazing at the same time. I'm like, no, it'll be good for them. And they've got cousins around, and we already have the family back, and still some friends that still live here. And, you know, 2 years later, I'm glad we did it.
How different do you think it is now for your kids growing up here as compared to when you were?
I think it's, compared to when I grew up here, it's almost the same.
Yeah, that's great
I mean,
to hear. The spirit's
certainly
still the
more
same.
to do.
Yeah.
You know, but we're in the track that I was in, which was soccer 3 days a week, and you know, all the sports stuff is still here and is really impressive.
Yeah, a lot of
know,
great facilities, like more facilities, venues, and stuff like that. And because our daughter plays soccer too, and I'm blown away.
NCFC.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's women's soccer, like
I know.
it's big in NC. Like
It's always
Carey.
yeah,
Carey's
she plays in Carey.
Oh, okay.
Carey area, but I was just going to say, when we first moved here in 2004, no kids, no responsibilities. We're just out partying on Glenwood every weekend.
Yeah.
And the second time we moved
had a
back,
blast.
we got kids. We're like, we're not going to be able to go out every Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. And it was like totally different experience, but we you know, we're still doing our best in that regards now to be social.
Yeah.
It gets hard.
Yeah. But
how do you find the music scene in Raleigh now?
It's incredible.
It's
always been incredible.
Yeah.
And not just Raleigh, just this whole triangle area. There's always been talent. I think the frustrating thing that I found as a kid, and I want to help in coming back, you know, the frustrating part was there was no industry, nobody to talk to. You know, it was like literally looking in the yellow pages under booking agents. I mean, I had no idea what to do. There was, you know, it was before internet. So it was, you know, and there were a couple bands that we looked up to growing up, but they were just that much older that, you know, you didn't know how to reach them and ask questions, and obviously too intimidated.
Yeah.
Now, you know, in our office here, we're building a studio right now so artists can record, and we're signing a lot of local acts that may not get the attention because they're not in Nashville, LA, New York. And they don't need to leave. And that's kind of been, you know, my MO in coming back. It's like, I remember being 14 and in the garage, and like, I was the business-minded one, and we'd have a practice. I'm like, that's awesome. Now what do we do with it?
Yeah.
How do you, you know, and this is pre-internet. So it's like, how do we get, like, what do? We make flyers, and that's how, you know, you start by making a flyer, putting it up at your high school. And
stapling it to a
that's it.
pole. How do we get exposure?
Are you still doing that?
No,
You don't need to do flyers on telegraph poles anymore.
Well, that's not true. We are for Girls' Night Out. I mean, you still have to street team. I think it's still, but certainly
attention. But
certainly all the digital platforms. I mean, you know, wish I would have grown up in this era. I want to say that, but you know, if you have good content, get it out there, and it's authentic and real, and people connect with that.
Yeah. So if you're a young talent starting out, what's the best platform to be on? Like a YouTube channel, or like?
I don't think there's one.
Where do you start? Like,
I think it's a mix. Yeah, I think it's a mix of all of it. I mean,
does it depend on the type of music you play? Like, are any platforms like more specialized or popular for particular types of?
I don't think so. I mean, I think the kids are so savvy with technology
Yeah.
too. It still blows me away. My
Yeah.
6-year-old's telling me how to do something on my
I know.
iPhone.
I
Yeah.
know.
But no, I think it's a little bit of everything. I mean, TikTok is so big right now. Bands are, Spotify. Now you can get in the back end of Spotify and read analytics on bands that maybe have never played a show, but they've got 20,000 listeners. And why is that the case? And
Oh, you can get into that kind of
yeah.
information? That's amazing.
so that's been a powerful tool. But for the, so much talent here, back to your original question, so much talent. And I want to help facilitate in whatever means that may be, maybe artists that aren't ready to sign to the agency. It may be artists that are ready, and maybe artists that just need to record, and maybe, a little bit of everything, but just knowing that we're here and we can answer questions, because, you can look this stuff up on the internet, but I've been doing it now
Yeah, you've got the
a
wisdom.
long time. So, and that goes for the athletes too. I mean, you guys can bring in Rob to talk to him about all the sports stuff, but the local talent here, and now they're doing all these NIL deals, and the sports talent.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's always been great.
NIL
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I
With all
saw
the colleges.
I think it was a Texas player the other day, some deal with Lamborghini or something.
It's real.
It's
I'm gonna have a
going
coffee
crazy.
fit. Hold on.
That's okay.
What's NIL?
You can
like this.
name, image, and likeness. You can make, because college, they never used to be able to make money off their brand, their personal brand.
They just make all the money
signed
from
jerseys,
colleges.
shoes, anything like that. Now they've changed it.
Oh, good.
Naming, yeah.
It's good and it's a bit bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good and bad?
And it's still the Wild West.
Oh
And it will be for a while.
yeah. How do they? Yeah.
They're gonna have to figure out how to regulate it.
Yeah, how do they police it, or do they police it? Or I mean, obviously the big, expensive, the powerful schools are probably just going to get bigger and more powerful, like
Exactly.
all the money, yeah, I don't know. Like schools like Texas, they got endless money. Like when they suck as a team. Sorry, we'll have to edit this out, but yeah,
Keeping it real.
they suck as a team right now. But yeah, they got a lot of money.
So what do you look for if you're signing on an artist?
God, dude.
These are on the,
This break is
Need a whack on the
courtesy of Raleigh Pollen. Thanks,
this man a
thanks to
cigarette.
the pollen in Raleigh for this break.
grab a beer.
Oh, we need whiskey. Some good old Raleigh whiskey.
Yeah, fine.
He's going to bring that round to the office.
Good. Next time.
Golly.
Oh, we're near the, what's that distillery down there? What's Young Heart?
Young Hearts. Yeah. Next time there.
Sunday, for Mother's Day, my wife wanted. She's like, "We need to set up the garden." I'm like, okay. We're outside for 3 hours shoveling rock and stuff.
Oh my
And I think
gosh.
that's what it was. 'cause
Yes.
The
The
dust and
dust.
pulling weeds. And I'm like, there you go, babe. Came
I
up with that afternoon nap.
I hope
It's
you like it.
So painful.
Yeah.
But ever since Sunday, just can't breathe.
What were you saying?
So what is it that you look for in a client, like a musician? What's kind of the X factor?
Oh, the X Factor.
If you,
Remember,
to
is that
sign
show
someone,
still around?
yeah, to sign someone on, because I mean, you have to have a certain something to make a career out of music.
I think for me, it comes down to me. Can't even talk. Golly.
I wish I had something else to give you.
Yeah.
I don't.
My gosh.
You didn't hit any buttons, did you?
No, we're rolling.
You have to edit all that out. Seeing them live for me is the easiest, just because I've performed and musician, so
Yeah, right.
I know pretty quickly if they've got it. And other factors, online presence, and how interactive they are, content, the amount of content they're putting out. I mean, that's the thing. These platforms are incredible, but you got to get to work. There's a lot of work to be done, you know, not just recording. I mean, it's, you know, so there's not there's not a, you know, list of bullet points that I go by. A lot of times it's my gut. You know, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. But I think the live aspect for me is the easiest way to see if it's real, you know.
So let's talk about the Girls Night Out concert coming up May 21 in Cocoa Booth.
Excited.
And we're excited to go.
Yep.
Tell us about that concept and how that come about and what people can expect, who's performing, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. So cancer has affected, you know, my family terribly in the last few years. And I think that's where it started. I wanted to do something here to kind of give back and raise awareness.
You're right.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
So you didn't have to be anywhere.
It's all good.
I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like there's like a pollen leaf right here. So that's where it started. Wanting to, you know, raise awareness, have an event. And so we had started, it was supposed to take place originally in 2020.
Oh, wow.
So it's been punted a couple times. But here we are. And we're doing it with KYAO and their foundation, which are incredible. They've raised, you know, almost $8 million for cancer research for the for all women, but certainly the ones that can't afford the care. And so performing KT Tunstall, she's headlining. She's one of my clients. Judith Hill from LA, Jean Jolly, who's local, incredible artist. And then we've got Haley Johnson from Portland, and then Rhodes from Raleigh.
Cool.
All female lineup, right?
All female.
Yep.
Yeah, Girls Night Out, all the ladies. So
That's
a
it.
nice mix of local talent and international. Was KT Tunstall. She's
huge.
She's
British,
Scottish.
Scottish.
I never knew she was Scottish.
Yeah.
I just read that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But she's based in the US now, or
She is, LA.
yeah. Okay. And she's headlining it, obviously.
Yeah, so everybody's doing solo sets, so they're not full band sets. But yeah, KT's headlining, and we're doing like a VIP thing before the gates for cancer survivors. She's gonna do a small performance and kind of do a Q&A and just trying to raise awareness, raise funds. I'm going to do it every year. It means a lot to me. And, I hate cancer.
Yeah.
And it's so prevalent
Affects
everywhere.
so many.
Yeah, that's a great
Yes.
cause. I just mentioned, if anyone's listening and they're not familiar with like Raleigh NC State basketball and sports in general, KYAO, she was the legendary NC State women's basketball coach for like 30 years or something. Even coached the US women's Olympic team to a gold medal. So she's a legend around here. A long time Cary resident, I believe.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a great cause. That's
It's
awesome.
great.
And she herself lost her battle.
Yeah,
with
she
cancer.
lost her,
She had it on her.
sadly, in 2009, I believe it was, but breast cancer. Yeah.
Next week, hopefully we're going to have nice weather. We're also going to be helping with, they're doing a raffle, KYAO, to give away a boat,
Oh, wow.
which is really cool. Last year it was pink. This one's not pink. It's gray, but it's a beautiful boat. So doing a raffle for that. And it's going to be a great night. Family friendly. Bring your kids.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called
What
the
a great
girls.
venue
It's
to
called the
let-
Girls Night Out, but anyone
Totally.
can go. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Kids can run around. Great music. And
And food vendors and all of that
all
will be
that.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great food.
So that's what night is that? The week is that?
Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And can general public buy tickets for the VIP experience
Yep.
as well?
They're
Okay.
still available. Correct.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what's the best way to get tickets on a particular website?
Boothamphitheater.com
Okay.
is the easiest. You'll see the options there. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Yeah.
And did you choose Booth because it's your favourite? Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
the best.
choice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
It's close to our house. So
There you
even
go.
more exciting. Yeah.
Roll out, roll back.
Yeah. Awesome.
What about parking? Because lots of people, we never really think about it because
No.
we're just so used to getting out and exploring. You always find a car park. But I know a lot of people often say to us, but where do I park if we're talking about
Anything.
even just a restaurant
We're
or
creating
something?
any
Really?
content
Yeah.
about Raleigh or
A lot of
whatever.
people
So
stress
can
about
you
it.
please add in the parking information at the bottom of the article or whatever? I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
So
There's
is
a
it-
huge lot next
Okay.
to.
Yeah,
There you go,
yeah.
everyone. Parking
We
season.
went.
We can, any tailgating before the concert maybe?
I'm
or-
sure.
It's the south.
Yeah.
No, we went to the Chinese Lantern Festival.
Oh,
out
yeah,
there,
yeah.
And the lot is right there. It's great.
Yeah, because it has
Pop up.
not
Awesome.
just concerts, but the what is it? The barbecue, bourbon, and something
The
festival.
Oktoberfest
Yeah,
and
yeah.
lots of stuff. Oh, they have movie nights there
They do.
too. Yeah, in the summer.
It's.
yeah.
I mean, what a great spot.
Multi-purpose.
It really is. Yeah.
It's a gem around here, and they've got a new GM, Jamie Curtis, who's great and has been great to work with, and she's really motivated to bring more new and different stuff to the area. And a lot of people don't want to come down to Red Hat just because it's downtown. Same thing. Where do I park? Even though there's a parking deck right there. Cocoa Booth's got the massive parking lot right there, and you can breathe out there.
You can.
It's just it's stunning.
Yeah, exciting for you too with what you're doing because then you can probably put on more events and stuff. Do you foresee yourself doing
Yeah,
that?
I
as the
think-
years unfold?
Yes, I do. How many a year? I'm not sure. It takes a lot of time and
Yeah, I
effort.
bet.
And we're still getting our bearings around here and what's working, what's not, and certainly we'll be doing stuff on what level, probably all levels. Honestly, we've got tours that come through all the time. The Ritz, which we didn't bring up, but the Ritz has been here for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a little bit of everything, to be honest. Just to how many a year, I'm not sure. But
Yeah. It's
certainly
exciting
Girls' Night
to
Out
hear.
every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, are you
Yeah.
planning to make
Absolutely.
this annual
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
And then different artists? Or-
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got some pretty cool ideas for next year for the lineup. So, we'll see.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed for the weather, like you said, but, that'll be great anyway, no matter.
Hey, the idea was pre-hurricane season,
Yeah,
which is
smart.
basically May, and
There you go.
pre-Memorial Day. So the 21st is a great kind of
A spot right
spot
in
to-
there.
to-
It is really, isn't it?
yeah. That was the strategy behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many
for
things
sure.
you got to think about for an outdoor event.
Not in LA, but you do here
Not in LA? Okay.
because it's always sunny.
Ah,
But outdoors here is,
yeah.
I've done events that we've gotten postponed for hurricanes, and it's painful.
Oh gosh.
It's, when you have to move an entire event and 5,000 tickets to 6 months from then, the artists have to be available.
Yeah.
We've already paid for production to be on site that week.
Yeah.
So you're basically paying twice for production. I mean,
gosh.
it's a nightmare. So
Oh, yeah.
that's always the risk of the fall here. Not so much summer, Seems like the fall's when we get those
Yeah, the hurricanes tend to come
August,
around September.
October, because
Yeah.
the ocean's still
October's
80
it's
degrees.
the hottest part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hottest for the ocean. It's the hottest time.
Yeah, awesome. Looking forward to it.
I am. I'm really excited to get down there on the weekend.
Yeah, our kids are
make it an
they're
annual
into
event.
music. I've seen some good shows.
Yeah,
already.
we were just at the spring days. Was it the spring days or
Spring
the
days in
spring
Carey.
days in Carey? And just even the people up there on the guitars singing and stuff were great. It's like you can find that kind of live music wherever, really.
Yeah.
From the small breweries to the big events.
Exactly. And I, kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier, but, shopping centers and areas, like we're in Wake Forest and, Cary, whatever, you're trying to bring people back out. So I think it's so important to just activate these local musicians and get them in, let them perform, get people out. I mean, people love music. People want to feel good. I love it. Like on a Sunday, you're strolling by something, somebody's out. You sit there with the kids for an hour.
Yeah. Totally. We were at a brewery on Friday night, just a local covers band. It's just
they were fantastic. The rock band covers rock band, and we were dancing away and having a great time. We're like, why is there not more of this?
Yeah, it's all good.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
I think it's
like they were at the the Bluegrass Festival. Sorry, last year downtown. That was like the scaled down version. Yeah, it's probably back to original size this year. Hopefully,
there.
It's
interesting though. Like we had artists at Jazz Fest in New Orleans this past week,
fun.
and
there you go.
Attendance was down 60%.
Really?
Wow.
And
that's surprising for New Orleans.
I agree. I think travel costs. I mean, it's tripled, quadrupled since March.
That's true.
And you're talking 20, 30 somethings that are like, you know what, I'm going to sit out a year.
Yeah, the costs at the moment are just absolutely insane. It's
going to have to level out.
Yeah, it has to.
It's painful.
It's
really
a worldwide
insane.
problem. Like it's everywhere. Same with the real estate market. It's not just certain cities or the US. It's all over the world. Real estate, price, everything. It's like it's tough. Yeah, definitely tough. But I guess musicians like from the last 2 years been locked down and stuff, and I guess a lot of great music might come out of that period. Like a lot of time to write and what have you.
Yeah.
Probably see a flow on from that.
I think will be one of the benefits.
Yeah.
Those artists have been, they're able to push pause on the touring, which is where a lot of them make the money. And, touring's a grind and it's not easy. I think once we got past that point of, okay, this thing's kind of here to stay, we know we're going to be at home for the next 6 to 8 months. I think that was maybe like the turning point of, artists saying, okay, all right, I have time to sit and create. My original or initial emotions from COVID and lockdown are maybe, I can manage them at this point, and then a clear head space to write.
Yeah.
So I think coming out for the next few years, there's going to be some great music.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
I think a good way for people, given the high cost of travel and all the rest, is to go local and support local bands and, come back to the industry in that way. So do you have any local artists that you recommend or like or can jump out and tell us?
Well,
who do we need to go and see?
Next week, Gene Jolly and Rhodes, they're both local. Gene and I just realized that in high school, she was out coming to see my band, not intentionally, but just because the other band at the other high school was performing. We realized that. I did just recently, in the last couple of years. But she's incredible. I think Boston Conservatory of Music, classically trained opera singer.
Wow. I
mean, she is, I did a hopscotch day party a few years ago, and it was just her and a guitar. And I look over during one of her songs, my dad's just got tears going down his face, and I've got tears going up. I mean, she's so powerful and incredible. And she's Gene Jolly from Raleigh.
Yeah, I love it.
It's got a ring to it.
I love it.
Totally.
Rhodes is a new artist. She just graduated from Chapel Hill I think 19 maybe. She's incredible as well. And then not just local to this area, but kind of the triangle and, outer cities to the west. But there's a kid, Sonny Miles, that went to NC State. That's incredible. He's kind of like your Anderson .Paak. It's the only thing I can really compare to, but he's plays all instruments. He sings, he raps. Extremely intelligent human.
Some people are so talented, aren't they?
Sam Frybush was in New Orleans. COVID hit. He came back to Greensboro. So there was no work in New Orleans. He's an incredible organ player. He was at Shikori Hills this weekend. He's another great one. There's
a lot in the ranks, huh?
There, always.
Yeah. Just speaking of Greensboro, the Colosseum there, that used to be the big acts. That used to be the place.
It was the place before
PNC, or I guess now Charlotte they would go to as well. But yeah,
and it's
I've never been there either.
Yeah, I think I've been to one or two, but it was years ago, and that's where we used to go see all the ACC basketball games too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I used to have the tournament there. So what's been one or two of your favorite live shows you've ever been to? Both maybe locally and then
apart from Squeezy Toy.
Yeah,
Squeezy Toy.
yeah. Like locally, like Raleigh or North Carolina, and then maybe a big act.
The world
internationally.
Locally was probably when I was in high school. There was a group from New York called the Two Skinny Jays that had this incredible live performance, very much, live hip hop, kind of like Beastie Boys.
Oh.
And they're also just so strange at the same time with costumes but had these great songs and great beats, and so probably was at Lake Boone Country Club, which is now Lincoln Theater, same guys, which used to be near Rex Hospital. That would have probably been 1997. No, probably 1996, somewhere around there.
Yeah, not familiar with that venue.
No.
Yeah, no, it's not there anymore.
Okay, that's why.
And then
they blew the roof off that night, did they?
Bruno Mars
Bruno
in Hawaii. He did 4 nights at the football stadium.
Huh.
And we had one of our artists open 3 of the nights. So, man, I mean,
entertainer right there.
Oh,
like, so whether
he hadn't played. He's from Hawaii.
Oh,
and hadn't played there in at least a decade.
Is that where they used to play the Pro Bowl? That stadium?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Aloha Stadium.
And they have a market around the outside.
Yeah,
I've been to the outside of it.
Yeah. He just came in with certain expectations, and like the showmanship, but it wasn't. And then the fireworks and the production. I mean, he spent a ton of money, but just his pipes, and he's a little guy, and you're just like, I don't know, blown away, and musically. I mean, I know his catalog. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess with my kids, we probably went through a phase of Bruno, but that was, for me, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best one ever. I just couldn't. It makes you go back. I don't know. He grew up doing the Elvis impersonation stuff in Hawaii, and
I love it.
Like, his story's great. I don't know. And he started with a video montage of his story.
Wow.
So it just was very personable.
Yeah,
I
love
don't
that.
know
That's
much
amazing.
of his story, actually.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll have to
That's
check it
really
out.
Cool. Did you get to go backstage because you had an artist supporting you?
Yeah.
Oh, did you get to meet him?
No.
Oh, shame.
I was going to ask a question.
But still, backstage
Who were
was
some of the interesting, star musicians you've met over the years, that jump out, either?
I don't think there are any really, nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, I think for me, meeting bands that I grew up listening to for the first time was kind of a trip.
That was more
I was never
moving and more
I think it was more
Cool.
just they're real humans.
Yeah.
yeah.
For me, it wasn't any sort of wow factor.
Yeah.
So I don't really have any good stories.
No, that's fine. That's just we grow up and you see the LA scene on TV and through the movies and stuff. It's what's it really like over there?
Yeah,
all
I
that
mean,
stuff. Crazy, probably.
I have friends that grew up there, and it sounded like it was crazy in the 90s. You know,
The
definitely-
Chili Pepper years.
yeah.
Read his book, you know, it's
Oh, my-
crazy.
Oh yeah, that was a good book. Yeah. I don't know how he's still alive. Like
Him or Mick Mars from Motley Crue. I mean, that's another crazy book you should read.
What's that one called?
I don't.
Okay.
We
It's
can look
actually
it
a series right now.
Okay.
We turn it on this weekend.
Oh,
Dirt.
I've seen it on
The
the
Dirt.
right. I've seen it on the thing. Yeah.
The books, you can't put it down.
Oh, okay.
You just
'cause-
want to know what's on the next page.
Yeah, it was like
Awesome.
that reading Scar Tissue.
Yeah,
as well.
that was
like,
great.
Yeah.
It was really
And,
good.
like,
You're like,
what a
how
scene.
are you guys alive?
Yeah.
I know. Like
And
9
they've just
lives.
put out a new album and they're touring.
Yeah, we saw them
Yeah,
in
still
at
going.
Brisbane Entertainment Centre. Well, she was pregnant, like
Yeah.
well pregnant at the time. So we had to kind of we're down on the floor.
No,
had
I
to be-
wasn't that pregnant.
Well, we still had to be
That
careful. We
was
still
the
want to be
Savannah,
careful,
the
you know, like
Blues
we're down
Fest.
on the floor, like, but it wasn't too wild, thankfully. But
That was the Blues Fest where I was pregnant.
that's
well, I was
right.
more pregnant with
yeah,
Savannah.
Byron Bay Blues Fest.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good one.
That was
That is a
cool.
good one.
I was actually, we had media passes to get in the photography pit, which was, we just started our blog and our business, and that was crazy. Like, didn't know what I was doing. I mean, there were all these professional like photographers and dudes, but yeah, I'm right there with like
John Legend,
John
Michael
Legend,
Franti.
Michael Franti, and Ben Harper, and you know, a lot of local like Xavier Rudd, like Aussie musicians and stuff like that. I was just like,
Yeah, Xavier Rod's great.
stars in the eyes. It was crazy. I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, how did this happen?
And we got there early because we had the press passes. And we were just walking around and then we hear like Ben Harper's music. And so we walked into a tent and he's there jamming in a practice session. And it's Ben Harper, 2 other people, and Craig and I just sitting in front of him while he's playing. And he came over and thanked us. And that after it was like, oh my God, because I absolutely loved Ben Harper. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Ben Harper
This
just,
happened.
he sang me a song. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That was
That's
incredible.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
memories. It was like, yeah, never ever thought something like that would happen.
No, and we had 2 of his songs we played at our wedding, so he was like a big
Oh, so
deal
he's
for
a-
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was
Yeah,
a
so that was
treat.
great to see him in LA as well.
Yeah,
Where was that one?
that
At
was the Greek
the
Theatre.
Greek
The Greek.
Theatre.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great venue.
Yeah, but we're hoping to go to Jack Johnson. He's playing in Cocoa Booth in the fall, isn't he?
Jack is?
Johnson?
I don't know if he's playing at Cocoa, but I think he's playing at Walnut.
Oh, Walnut Creek,
Yeah.
sorry.
But
yeah.
he is here in the fall.
Yeah, Walnut Creek. Yeah. He's too big for Cocoa Booth now, I guess. I don't know.
So, yeah.
I mean, it seems like
They make that
he hasn't
progression.
toured in a long time.
No.
Um,
Actually, we saw him last time. We've seen him at both places, Cocoa Booth and Walnut
you-
Creek.
so
We've
he's
seen him
done-
twice at Walnut.
yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he used to. I guess he'd come here a few times. Maybe not as it seems like Dave Matthews. He seems like he's here every year.
Every year. It's like him and,
It's like
and
his
then
backyard.
who's the old guy that I love that was just here, the parrot followers.
Jimmy Buffett. I was about to say,
Oh,
was that
yeah.
Jimmy Buffett? Yeah, I was meant to go, but I was away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going with our neighborhood parents to that when we were kids at Walnut Creek, and them just drinking, and I got it but didn't really get it. But man, he's had a great career.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh,
Just kind of his own way,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
lifestyle really is what it's about. Great songs.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
been doing it for so long.
yeah. So let's finish up with a few
Yeah.
Raleigh questions. So you're here with you got a young family now, as you mentioned. And
Yeah.
What are some fun things that you guys like to do as a family in the Raleigh area, like attractions or activities or like?
I have to keep the kids outside. So the Greenway is right. It's in our neighborhood.
Nice.
So getting on bikes and fishing and just being outside.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
love it.
You got a particular trail that you like, or
Just the one out the back of the neighborhood.
there's so many of them.
Convenience, yeah. So
Yeah.
if there's an injury,
Yeah,
we can get
yeah.
back and put a
There you
Band-Aid
go.
on it.
There you go. Like biking the trails or
Yeah.
walking. Yeah.
Biking, running.
Where do you fish? Like
I mean, just in those creeks are these little smallmouth bass. So the kids, I mean,
Oh,
they can
cool.
sit there for hours.
Yeah.
There's rope swings and stuff. I mean, it's, reminds me of my childhood here.
yeah, and you golf and surf. You said
Yeah.
No, not surfing Raleigh.
Can't surf here.
no, but I'm like,
Definitely some great
Getaways.
golf
We're
around
talking
here.
getaways from
Yeah.
Didn't you hear they built this new wave? Kelly Slater built this
Kelly
new wave
Slater
pool
did.
out. Just, a few
Have
hours.
you guys seen the one in Australia? The mushroom one that pops down and back up?
I
No.
don't think so. I'll check it out on YouTube.
That's what Raleigh needs. I've been saying it for years because surfing it's big on the East Coast and Slater's Ranch, which I haven't been to, but my buddies go frequently when the waves suck in LA. Is cool, but it's remote, and it's a commitment. If there was one here that had a concert venue attached,
Oh wow, there you
and
go.
some
There you go.
condos around the,
Yeah, right.
Totally.
you could pull from
Some
the whole
glamping,
East Coast,
like
some
all that
glamping.
sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, there's a business idea.
You just need $50 million.
Yeah. See
Put it
how-
out there into
see
the
how we
universe.
can,
Yeah.
There you go.
pull that together.
It'd be
Anyone
amazing
listening out
for
there
this
got a
area.
spare 50 mil
50.
lying around?
Yeah.
Yeah, give us a call.
But
That
yeah,
would be
no,
awesome.
golfing. We love going out to eat. As crazy as that sounds with the little kids, but we love we're food.
We
we're
do too.
foodies.
Yeah, we do
so,
too.
What are some of your
Easy to
favorite
do.
spots, food wise?
Man, I still love Char Grill.
Oh,
one
yeah.
Yeah, our
Classic
cute
Raleigh.
girls
Our
love
kids love that
Char-Grill.
too.
Can't just 2 cheeseburgers with ketchup and mustard.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's the nostalgia about it.
Uh-huh.
That's probably my favorite lunch spot. Dinner wise, Bella Monica's still, I love that place. I worked there after college. That's over by RBC Center or PNC Arena, whatever it's called now. Italian restaurant.
I don't know
Haven't
that
been
one.
there. Bella
Oh,
Monica.
it's great owners, small and vibey,
Yeah.
just super vibey. And
Okay.
then his recipes are just legit.
Good to know.
So probably popular on game nights and
Insane. You got to get
concerts and
reservations.
stuff.
What's
Yeah.
that other place we go right near the PNC?
Oh, what's the name of that now? It's really cool, really vibey
Like
too.
a sports bar-y tavern.
The bistro, the bistro,
Backyard Bistro.
backyard bistro. That
I
one.
haven't done that one.
It's like
Oh,
a
yeah, it's right near
Cane's.
the. You can
Right
just walk
next.
over.
It's like a
from
Cane's, NC State place, obviously. You just walk to
Yeah.
PNC, like
Yeah,
5
that's
minutes. Yeah.
We've done the it's not Top Golf, but what's the
Oh,
golf?
there.
Drive
Drive shack?
Shack?
Yeah, that's fun.
Kids love that.
Yeah, we like
We've
that.
done that a few times too.
Yes.
That's cool.
I'd rather take them there than a normal range at a course because
Yeah.
It's more interactive and
Yeah.
like they kids, with their games and stuff on the
Yeah.
screens and that. Yeah.
I'd
that
rather do
place
that
is
than
awesome.
bowling too.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at bowling.
Yeah, we went
Yeah.
bowling the other day. And, it's fun. Like bowling's a thing in Australia you do when it's raining and there's nothing else to
Right.
do. In the US, it's like everyone bowls all the time.
I can't get out of the gutter, so I'd rather do Drive Shack.
Yeah, you need the bumper things put up.
Like kids.
I was going to ask for them. I said to the girls, "Do you think I should go and ask for the bumpers?"
Yes, Mom.
Don't.
Are you a brewery or a bar? Got any bars or breweries you like to frequent? There's so many. Like,
There are.
well, I don't know compared to obviously San Diego and LA. They got a ton.
No, but it's
here's the scene's impressive.
yeah. We eat dinner at home.
Mm-hmm.
So unless it's the weekend, that's when we try to get out for restaurants. But can't take the kids to the bar, so I haven't. I can't really tell you.
That's fine. That's just like it's when like a brewery can be nice. Like if they got a food truck or
Yeah.
some outdoor
Yeah,
space
yeah.
with the kids, just go
Right.
for an hour or two. If they got
Yeah.
someone playing or whatever,
Yeah. I'm trying to
it can
think
be
of
relaxing.
what's the one we go get lunch there, but they've got a really good beer selection. It's the large place. It just took over the adjacent spot to.
Oh, Linwood Brewing. No,
It's down here somewhere. I can't remember the name. We went last Friday for lunch. It's got a good vibe.
near downtown.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's got the. Oh, is that a rooftop? I don't think that's a rooftop.
You can let us know. We'll add it into the show notes.
Not the Raleigh Big Gun with the big thing out the back.
Yeah, I haven't done the bars. I'd love to. My wife and I just, we talk about it once in a while.
Reminisce.
But you know how it is. It's like you'll be sitting on your porch at 5.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can either just chill here and the kids are in the cul-de-sac.
We're taken care of. Yeah, I know.
Or go bar hopping, which...
We can walk to a brewery, which is nice. And
that's great.
Our oldest is old enough she can, look after the younger one for a few hours, which is good too. So when you get to that age,
that's
the world will open up again.
Yeah, it's like phases, right?
Yeah.
Like,
or a babysitter or nanny. We still haven't figured that out yet.
No, we don't.
No
need
family
to
in the
now. We
area.
have a team.
Well, that's how we were in LA. No family.
Yeah,
So,
it's tough.
It's hard.
So hard with them really young too.
Yeah, you got to really book someone in way in advance,
100%.
which is difficult. Like,
and then there you're paying premium rates.
Yeah.
For anybody good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we're back. It's got family that can help. And,
you must be loving it.
and it can be last minute.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
They do like to give the kids back. Though.
Yes, I know.
If it's more
full
than
of
one
sugar
day,
too.
Yeah, bouncing off the walls.
Yeah. There you go. No, but that's been one of the reasons we came back.
Yeah.
Hey, we want to go somewhere for the weekend.
Yeah.
Go watch the kids.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap it up. Maybe 2 more questions. Local questions or NC questions. You guys got a getaway spot in North Carolina you'd like to go to? Mountains or beach or?
Emerald Isle. That's kind of our, we kind of grew up there. We used to have a place there. We're building a place there. So we're going to continue to make memories there. I love the Outer Banks. It's just not as convenient.
Yeah, true.
I mean, door to door, Emerald Isle's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So
sweet. You can get them out of school on Friday. We can be there for dinner and sunset.
Yeah.
So
true.
That would be on the beach side. The western side, the Pisgah area. We did some camping, RVing up there last year, or the year before. Beautiful.
Yeah.
July and August.
Yeah.
Very similar to California, the mountains and the beach.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
And not too far. Those are kind of our go-to areas.
Cool.
Yeah.
Both great. Okay, last question. If we were to say the phrase "This is Raleigh" to you, what comes to mind? Kind of word or phrase to sum up?
A person, a place, a thing, a dish.
You know what? It may be the trees.
Yeah.
There you go.
All those, like when you're flying in here, it's just so peaceful. And RDU's a great airport, but when we were living in California, people would ask all the time, so, I just heard it's beautiful back in North Carolina. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. You don't think about it when you're a kid.
No.
Or even in your 20s, but the trees.
Yeah.
It's beautiful right now. Everything's finally bloomed and the pollen's slowly starting to go away and
that's what we love too.
Yeah,
like the greenery,
like
the green.
City it's a city of oaks, the wooded neighborhoods, the pine trees and the lakes and stuff. Yeah, totally. Like, yeah.
You just feel happy driving around, just forest everywhere.
Stay green, Raleigh. Like we flew over Phoenix recently, and what a difference! Like the brown, Phoenix. Flat, like not attractive looking at all from the air, versus flying into RDU.
And especially, flying back from LA every time. Actually, it's from anywhere, but especially coming from there in New York, and you fly in here, and it's just like you're immediately just kind of more relaxed.
Yes, you are.
You're not looking out at what traffic you're going to sit in on the 405.
Yes,
so
it's true. No concrete jungle.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of people moving here to Raleigh, and like they do complain about the traffic sometimes. And I'm like, perspective, like go and play in LA or Atlanta or DC. Go and sit in your car for hours.
Hours.
Even at midnight. I remember we coming home from.
Oh, yeah.
We went to a Dodgers baseball game one time. We're coming home like at midnight.
On a Sunday.
It was like a car park. I'm like, where's everyone going?
The only time I've ever seen it quiet was March 2020.
Yeah.
Our house overlooked the 101. No cars. I mean, it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was you know, and then I remember they were showing shots of the smog and how
The difference. Wow.
I mean, LA is beautiful. If you just take all the people out of it, it's incredible.
Yeah, like it's got the mountain backdrop and
it
the
is.
like the palm trees, I guess, and the ocean and stuff. Yeah, has some
Just too many
nice
people.
features.
Yeah, there's too many people.
They
Too
did
crazy.
say, I think I read last week that they're back to population levels of 2016. So it's really taken a drop since COVID.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, wow.
But every time I'm there,
they're all
I still
moving
feel
here.
like everybody's still there.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
they're just all visiting like
Yeah.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take the meetings and get out
Yes,
of here.
Yeah,
totally.
now coming back here is like when we come back, because we hadn't been overseas for 5 years, and we just come back from London a few weeks ago, and London's 9 million, a lot of people. Raleigh's like a country town, coming from London or LA or something like that.
It does.
Like,
Feels very country.
even though it's
Yeah.
grown a ton and continues to grow, still compared to like the big major cities of the world, no.
And, you know, it's so.
Country.
I think, is it like 2 million between Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill? I think it's 2 million,
Yeah.
but it's so spread out.
Totally.
And everybody kind of, you know, it's like New York, kind of, there's all the little boroughs, but it's all the little towns, you know, Apex and Wake Forest.
Yeah,
And,
it is.
but that's what's nice. And you don't, like on the weekends for us, we do the sports and we try to eat locally in our area. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We don't, you know, unless I'm coming down for work, we stay up there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you
know.
can.
But it's pretty spread out.
It's good living.
Which is nice. Yeah.
Good living.
Good living.
That's it. That's it.
We can't steal Apex's slogan. What is it? The peak of good living? No.
Oh, is
Raleigh,
it?
yeah. Well, Raleigh's good living.
It's good living. There you go,
All right.
everyone.
Cheers, Zach. It's
Yeah,
been
thanks
awesome,
for
man.
having me.
It's been great.
Y'all are great. Super
Interesting.
Chat with
And yeah, so guys, Girls Night Out, May 21.
That's it.
Get tickets at boothamphitheatre.com. Grab your girlfriends, grab your partners, your family, anybody.
Yeah. Come say good day if you see
Yeah,
us there.
yeah. Maybe
Right.
can you take picnic blankets or like little chairs or just
so.
sit on the
Yeah, you
grass?
can there, yeah.
But yeah, no,
Yep,
it'll be awesome.
Another good thing about it. Yep. All
It'll be
right.
awesome, and but we'll put the links into the show notes. And yeah, thanks for listening again, once again, guys. And thanks to Jason and the team at Earfluence Media for presenting this podcast. And if you're looking for somebody to help with your podcast, check those guys out.
Yeah. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the podcast on your favorite channel and follow us over at thisisraleigh.com and at thisisraleigh on social.
There you have it. Done.
See you in the next episode.
Thank you. Cheers.